Ed writes, good morning. Good to see you, Ed. What's up, Kelly? Good morning. Good morning, Daryl. Good morning, Carolyn. What's up, James? Mike Jones, Omar. Hey, Jerica. She writes, morning, beautiful people. Tonika writes, I voted for the chat room. Thank you, Tonika. We have to come up with a name so that I may brand it moving forward. And I don't know, just let's create something unique here. Why not? Why not? These suckers out here always talking about what can't be done. Let's prove them all wrong, and let's do it. Let's do it together. Brenda writes, hello, Brenda. What's up, Kush? She writes, good morning, world. Brent writes, look like the Chop Shop and the Y are running head to head. Okay, I haven't checked it since I started the flow. What's up, Terrence? T-Bone? What's up, T-Bone? What's up, Roger? Roger writes, good morning, fam. Thanks for helping me get through the school year. Hashtag Team NI. Well, hey, we serve many services here. That's right. School's over with. Little Buddha's home all day today. I love her, but speaking of Little Buddha, she's got some issues with her knee for being a very, very active child, and her body is growing and all these things. And so now she's going to get a full leg cast. She'll be in a cast for about 4 weeks. And guess what? She is excited about it because it's a new experience for her. And I have a bit of trepidation. I've actually had a cast, broke my toe, balling, by the way, many years ago. And, oh, my God, you talking about some pain? Woo! And crutches are just terrible. Your armpits, on television, they make it seem like it's cool. People sign your cast. So that's what she's going to be dealing with. We're giving her a week before she's complaining about it. Jericho writes, what happened to the chatterbox? Well, I'm not sure. The chatterbox. It can be added. It can be added. Was that your idea, Jericho? I did not mean to leave out your idea in particular. Trust me. But it can be added. Let's see if other folks want it. I can add it while the poll is going on. So just let me know. Damian writes, good morning. Are you on Memorial Day? Well, you know what's funny? I hadn't really thought about it. Yeah. Why wouldn't we be? Yeah, we'll be here. Absolutely. Charles writes, good morning, fam. Craig Bauman, he writes, SIBO in the building. Good to have you, Craig. Mr. Hollywood, he's voted. Listen, if you're just joining the chat room, we've got a lot of good ideas on how we can brand and name the chat room. Give us some uniqueness, okay? Make it something very, very unique, a unique experience. And you can find the poll on my website, Nathan Ivey EY. All you got to do is scroll down. I put it at the very top so it's easy to see on the right-hand primary bar. And just check it out for yourself. Miss D writes, good morning. Morning, Miss D. Angela writes, good morning. Good to see you, Angela. Good morning. Damian writes, I think it depends on how violent the robbery was. Was the robber just in and out? ? Was he pistol whipping patrons? 3 question marks. If he was just in and out, just let him go. That's what insurance and security cameras are for. And I believe, Damian, that's exactly what the father is saying. Great flow. The father is saying, listen, just because he was taking money is not more important in people's lives. I guess unless it's your money. Then it's different, right? Do what you got to do. Get my money, right? That is deep. I feel for this father. He's just inconsolable. You can see it. He went down to this press conference trying to get to be seen, I'm sure, to be heard, to get his story out, to tell the story of his son, which is now being reported. His son looked like he was on his way to athletic greatness. Like his son was an established athlete. So what happened? So let me be real here. In most cases like this, what do? We say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Is it mom and dad's fault? What matter? Look, a lot of people have children that grew up in the city of Cincinnati, and they never decide to rob a bank. Was he pressured into this? Was it the pressure of being a young black man with all of the prospects before him and having a 2-year-old son? Was it that? Is there a woman behind it? Don't be no scrub. Come in here with some money. What was it? What was it? Did this man have a history of these kind of things? I'm just like Damien. If I don't have to shoot you, then why shoot you over a couple bags of a couple dollars? Here's what I want to know. How much money did this man actually get and was in his possession? Because if the answer is none, then I don't know. It's hard to say. The other part of it is this. And here's what the police will say. They'll say, listen, he was a threat to somebody else out there potentially. That's what they're going to say. And for a lot of people, that's going to be hard to break down. Now, for me, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Just because somebody ran in and was about to hold up a bank with a little, what was he had, 2 shots in that little Dillinger, whatever they call those small little guns. Again, you can find a link on my Facebook page right now. It doesn't mean that he was necessarily going to go running through the streets of Madisonville shooting at people. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Again, very sad situation. The father is saying that they, and by they he's talking about the police, that they didn't have to kill his son. You didn't have to kill my baby like that. Many things to discuss. I've got a clip of Chuck Todd, who is one of my least favorite cable news television personalities. And I mean, he's going hard at Hillary. He's going hard at Hillary. Hard in the paint. Speaking of the paint, last night, for NBA fans, hey, OKC couldn't close the deal. Golden State looked like Golden State at home. What's going to happen in Game 6 in Oklahoma City? We'll find out. Of course, tonight you could have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They could be the first team to earn their way to the NBA Finals. We will see. We will see. Many things to discuss this morning. My name is Nathan Ivey. This is the Nathan Ivey Show.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Good morning. Welcome back. A beautiful Friday in the Queen City. Nathan Ivey in the air chair. Welcome back to the last honest place in America. Brought to you by the good folks at Superlative Media. They do great work. Welcome back to the flow and the show. Currently, it's 7:25 a.m. on Friday, May 27th, 2016. Now, let's get back into it. Currently, the Chop Shop has 50% of your votes. The Chop Shop, personally, at this moment has, again, 50% of the votes. And listen, just asking you to vote on the potential name for our chat room here. We got the best chat in Cincinnati. There are none of the terrestrial radio stations are having these kind of conversations at this particular moment, at this particular hour in the city of Cincinnati. Believe me, I know. I've been there. So we got something unique here for the city of Cincinnati, and because of you, it's growing. Thank you very much. Next week, I'll be at a couple of events. There's a movie screening and then a panel discussion on Wednesday. I'll be there. I'll be at Pitching for Peace on the 11th as well. And that's what's going on next week. A lot of things are happening. Next week, I'll probably be able to reveal the name. I could probably do it today, but I want to make sure we have everything in place in terms of our strategy. But I'll name and reveal, proudly to reveal the name of our first sponsor for the Nathan Ivey Show. That's right. That's right, absolutely. And very happy to say that there's some folks who believe in the viability of internet media platforms here in the city of Cincinnati. So what does this mean? This means that the project moves forward very quickly. You may hear some differences. You may see some differences in terms of the presentation. And just tell me what you think as we move forward. I need your input. But for now, let's get back to people, politics, and pleasure, my forte. the things I'd like to discuss, including the fact that we got another black family suffering. Black pain is big business. I mean, if you had to put a monetary, like a dollar amount on it in some total throughout the country, how much is black pain worth to media outlets around the nation? Who got shot? Who got left behind? Who got accidentally killed? The drug explosions, right? Thug motifs, gangster tales. And in some cases, just really bad circumstances like what we've been dealing with here in the city of Cincinnati. It's just a bad, bad scene. And shout out to the father. His name is Terry Frost. That's the father of the man killed at the bank robbery in Madisonville. And in fact, maybe some of you may know him. Cincinnati can be very, very small. His son, Terry Frost III. Terry Frost III is the alleged gunman, the alleged robbery suspect. And I'm looking at this weapon, and it's just how it is. Like, in the media, they are really in cahoots with local law enforcement when things like this happen. When there's a situation like this, usually they don't show you an image of a weapon. Usually don't show you that. But when an officer shooting involved, then they show you to sort of like back up the fact that the officer did what he had to do. What type of weapon is this? Does it hold one shot, two shot? I used to have a gun just like this. Well, should I say my grandparents had a gun just like this, and I kind of swiped it. Swiper, no swiping, right? But hey, and I found it in a drawer with some bullets when I was a kid. I was like in my teenage years. And I held on to it for the longest. I don't know what happened to it. And it was one of those little two-shot Derringers. I think the little Derringer pistols. And so what that tells me is that, and again, the officer probably didn't know this in the moment, but once he fired two shots or one shot, this man had no more bullets if this was the weapon he had. He wasn't rolling around with like an AR-15 or something like this. I mean, he was out of bullets. Chief Isaac said that the gun police recovered from the scene had a primer strike, meaning the trigger was pulled, but the bullet did not discharge. And there's some conversation about whether the weapon had malfunctioned. So this would-be robbery suspect had a malfunctioning weapon with only, two shots in it maximum, and it was malfunctioning. How much of a threat was he really? How much of a threat was he really? Think about that. But does it really matter? I mean, when you walk into a situation like that, like a bank, and let's say he didn't have a weapon at all. He just had his fingers, right? He had a handgun, literally. His hand was like recreating a gun with a bag over it. The police don't know the difference. The police don't know the difference. Tracy writes, so black is dirty. Right. Thank you, Tracy. We'll get to that. Thank you. Daryl writes, melanin envy is a strong emotion. Man, listen, it'll take, I don't know, I'm not sure how long the video is. I forgot. I'd say no more than a minute. It's on my Facebook page right now. Chinese detergent commercial is being labeled as raw racism. We can't even get a break of the Chinese. Damn Chinese. Casey writes on Facebook, outrageous. This proves that African Americans are mocked and hated all over the world. And guess what? ... Every black person does not want to be lighter. Some of us are proud of the skin that we are in. AC writes, crazy. I know somewhere in the world, Little Kim and Sammy Sosa are like, wow, is this for real? Does it really work? Got to get me some of that. Got to get some of that. Have you seen Little Kim and Sammy Sosa lately? So, yes, Tracy's right. The implication is that black is dirty. Black is dirty. I don't feel dirty. The hell is wrong with this world? Can we just live and let live, please? Zach on Facebook writes, going back to the Madisonville case, he writes, I'm not hip on all the details, but how was he a threat with his back to the officer? ? That's a good point. If your back is to the officer and you're trying to run out, are you a threat to the officer? No, you're not. Can you make a case that you are a threat to the community,